I'd like you to take a few minutes to watch this presentation to see why smart hunters have been wearing ASAT camouflage since 1986. ASAT, an acronym for All Season, All Terrain, has pioneered scientific camouflage development. The ASAT pattern came about through over 10,000 man-hours of exhaustive field testing and research. This research dictated the use of three basic colors: tan, brown, and black, all of which are used in nature for protective coloration in many of the animals we pursue. The yellow band tan background is the only color in the entire visible spectrum, both human and animal, that will effectively reflect any color, shade, or tone it's near. Take a look at these test photos and notice each different season, terrain, and lighting condition they've been taken in. Nearly every camo available will work quite well in the season and terrain it was designed for. However, none will work in all seasons and all terrains as well as ASAT. That tan background is one of the reasons ASAT outperforms the competition, reflecting the background, not trying to mimic it. Close to 90% of every camouflage on the market uses a predominantly green color base. As you can see from these photos, we don't always hunt in green surroundings. Ask any woman if they'd ever buy a green blouse and try to match it later with a green skirt. Invariably, their answer will be a resounding never, because as every fashion-conscious female knows, you can't match greens. Think about this. How many times have you seen a deer and had that same deer vanish before your very eyes? Or a rabbit, quail, coyote, or hen pheasant? Even at close range. Do they have any green in their camouflage? Even when they live in green surroundings? No, they're tan, brown, and black, just like ASAT. The next time you're outdoors, take notice to how many shades and tones of green there really are in the fields and woods. Then take a few minutes to watch how the moving clouds and angle of the sun bring new and different shades of green as the leaves move with the wind and thermals. The greens in these other brands of camo just can't reflect these constant changes. Take a look at this black and white photograph taken in a green field. See how the green woodland camo stands out because it can't reflect the proper green? Like the ASAT can on the left. Let's talk about positive and negative space. Positive space would be the tangible things that we can see and touch in our hunting environment. The trees, the rocks, the animals. Negative space is everything in between. We don't really notice negative space, and that's where ASAT excels, in the negative space, everywhere in between. What one thing do deer and elk know better than anything else in their worlds? Trees. How many deer have you ever jumped and seen running what seemed like 90 miles an hour through heavy woods, even wounded, ever hit a tree? So why do we wear camo that tries to look like the one thing they know the best? I'd like to show you one more thing about green before we move on. These shots are taken of the same scene at far, medium, and close range. Our first impression of this scene is green. Now if we take everything that's not green out, here's what we have left. Now imagine these green blotches as pieces of a puzzle that we can push to one side of the table. All bunched together, we'd come up with about 20 to 25% solid green. Now look at what we took away. The remainder of the picture, everything that isn't green, the other 75 to 80%, tans, browns, and blacks, ASAT colors, the colors of nature itself. Even in the greenest of green surroundings, the color green only represents 30 to 35% of the total color volume. Here's another extreme. Even in snow, ASAT will never be darker or brighter than it should be, because it can only reflect its surroundings. If you'd like to learn more about the technical aspects of the development of ASAT camouflage, check out the ASAT Camo story by Jim Barnhart on our website, or ask your authorized ASAT dealer for a copy. Now that you've seen ASAT work in almost every conceivable season and terrain, I'd like to tell you a little bit about one of our products that we're most proud of. The ASAT Vanish Pro Ultimate 3D Leafy System was introduced in 1990 and has gone through many changes over the years. The latest generation is by far the best, featuring 22-inch zippered legs with cinch snaps at the ankles, elastic waistband, snap fly, and slash cuts for easy access into your pants pockets. The jacket zippers in front with elastic cuffs, and every 3D system comes complete with our Visor Pro head cover that can be worn over your favorite ball cap. The suits are constructed of a nylon mesh shell with polyester leaves chain stitched onto the mesh for a virtually indestructible suit. You'll notice that the mesh is also printed in the ASAT pattern, so whenever the polyester leaves are moving, you're still covered by the ASAT pattern, not a generic pattern or no pattern at all. This system took almost 2 years to develop, until the correct combination of materials were combined to provide the natural leaf movement at the same frequency of movement found in nature. This is an over system, designed to be worn over any clothing you already have. Rain gear, scent control suits, cold weather insulated clothing, or just shorts. This is really the only camouflage suit you'll ever need. Over the years, the concept of the ASAT pattern has been copied and imitated. However, no other single pattern has proven to be as unbelievably effective in all seasons and all terrains as the original ASAT design. ASAT today looks exactly as it did in 1986, and the reason it remains the same is simple. It works. In fact, we're so confident in our product, we offer you this unparalleled guarantee. Wear ASAT exclusively for 1 year, and if you don't see more game than you've ever seen wearing anything else, we'll buy it back. Guaranteed. Now think about it. Where in any industry would a company offer such a guarantee if their product didn't work? So what do you have to lose? Give ASAT a try. You won't be disappointed.